So where does the coronavirus come from? I know there's a lot of noise out there. Myself, ever since I learned about the coronavirus, and I also learned that there was a biosafety lab level 4 in Wuhan, I just automatically, literally was like, well, that makes the most sense then, that it must have came out of the lab, because there's only one in all of China. China's huge. And what are the chances that it came out of a place that was near the seafood market? And one of the reports that came out, a very detailed report trying to trace the origins of it, the authors said that the coronavirus went into the seafood market before it came out of the seafood market. So it seems clear that it didn't start at the seafood market. It started somewhere else and went in there before it went out. So here's a new theory, one that I think is very interesting, which is why I want to share it with you. So this theory I saw on a YouTube video from a guy named Spiro, and I'll link to him down below. Do you know that Wuhan hosted the Military World Games?
Military athletes from all over the world met in Wuhan, China for the 7th Conseil International du Sport Militaire, also known as the CISM Military World Games. More than 100 nations are participating in the 2-week event that happens once every 4 years.
Pretty cool, honestly, right? And it was held in Wuhan in October. They started on Friday, October the 18th, and they ended on Sunday, October the 27th, which was my birthday. Wouldn't that be awesome if the coronavirus started on my birthday? That would not be awesome, okay? So why is this important? Like, that was in October. Why is this important? Why do I think this could be linked to the coronavirus? Well, if you look here on Stat News, when it talks about determining where this virus came from, this says, given what's known about the pace at which viral genomes mutate, if nCoV had been circulating in humans since significantly before the first case was reported on December 8th, the 24 genomes would differ more. Applying ballpark rates of viral evolution, Rambaud estimates that the Adam or Eve virus, from which all others are descended, first appeared no earlier than October 30th and no later than November 29th. Now, if the games ended on October 27th, do you see what I'm trying to point out here? The timeline matches up. Now, in these games, you can look at the participating nations here. There's a list of participating nations, and it includes 110 countries. 9,308 athletes from 110 countries. Just look at this list. Do you think that there's any country in this list that could have brought the coronavirus with them, dropped it off right before they left to go back home? I think it's possible. And they would have known that the biosafety hazard level 4 lab is in Wuhan. So, I mean, this is a great cover, right? It looks like an animal virus. And on top of that, there's a biohazard safety lab there. People aren't going to think espionage, first of all. They're going to think accident. So I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not an expert. I'm not an ex-CIA agent. I just know enough to know that we don't know enough. And I think that we're still at an early enough phase that we should still be exploring all options here. I think it would be foolish so early on to just be sticking with one theory at this point. I think that all theories should be examined, and I think this is a plausible theory. Let me know what you think. What do you think? Tell me down below. Thanks, guys.
Perfect.